Hello guys, I'm Paris, the options guy, and welcome back to my channel. And as you guys can see, market still consolidating, right? There is really a lot of indecision in the market, at least, especially if you see Bank Nifty, right? Bank Nifty broke down in the end, but if you see it reversed again, right? So even the sellers are not very aggressive, the buyers are not very aggressive. But one thing to note is that selling is always fast, and so if the markets had to go down, the sellers had a very good chance of taking the market down in the first half. If you see in the first three or four candles, the sellers could have taken the market down, right? But they did not. Right, so that says a lot. And if you see, there is also this trend line going on. So I think over here is where we guys can go ahead and take a very good bullish trade, right? I said that the market is gonna move very good, and if you see in the daily charts, there has been continuous red candles, right? So maybe we could see a green candle tomorrow on the upside, very good green candle. Because the thing is, if you see, right, markets are not moving anywhere, and especially on the selling side, selling should always be fast, something like this. So in the first half over here itself, in the first maybe few candles, we should have seen a very good sell off. But if you see, markets did not see a sell off and pretty much just consolidated. That means the sellers are not very aggressive. On the other hand, in Nifty also, we saw a very good kind of a pause, and we should have seen a continuation from here, but we did not. So over here, very simple. Tomorrow, if you open flat, yeah, tomorrow if you open flat and cross 44,000, we will take a bullish position over here. Our first target will be 44,200. If the market sustain over here itself and do not instantly reverse, so if we do not see like big red candles like this, you can hold your position for higher levels of 44,400 also, right? If we open with a gap up, same thing. Wait for the markets to make a high in the first 15-minute candle, something like this. Once that high is made and once that high is broken, then you guys can also go ahead and take a trade. If you want, you can also wait for 44,200 to be broken, but maybe that would be a little too far. But yeah, if you open with a gap up somewhere near 44,000, 44,050 and all these levels, as I said, wait for the first 15-minute candle. Once the high of the first 15-minute candle is made, and then you guys can go ahead and take a bullish trade. Your first target, same 44,200. If that is a little too near, you can also aim for 44,350 to 44,400 on the upside, right? On the downside, we should open with a gap up only. Then I think there will be a good strength in selling, right? Why am I saying that? Is that the buyers are not really scared. When will the buyers be scared? The buyers will be scared only when we open with a gap down, right? So once we open with a gap down, only then is where we'll see a very good sell off, right? Even in the 1 hour charts. So if you open with a gap down straight up over here, we could see a very good sell off over here till 43,500, right? Because this is a very crucial support, and we could see a little bit of retracement till there. So tomorrow, if you open with a gap down, we can expect a very trending market. And what you guys can do is wait for a 5-minute breakdown, right? So once the first 5-minute candle is made and the low of that candle is broken, you can then go ahead and take a trade. Your first target will be 43,600 and second target will be 43,500 on the downside, right? That was for Bank Nifty. Nifty, if you see, Nifty is also consolidating in a range. So in Nifty, very simple. If we open with a gap up, same thing, wait for the first 15-minute candle to be made. Once the first 15-minute candle is made, once the high of that candle is crossed, you can then take a trade. Your first target will be 18,720 on the upside. On the downside, we will sell once this trend line is broken. So if you open flat and start moving up, right? So if you open flat and start moving up, we will only look for buying. But on the downside, if we open if you open flat and start moving down below 18,590 is where you guys can go ahead and take a short trade. But what I would recommend is wait for at least a 5-minute closing below this trend line, right? Once you get a 5-minute closing, that is when you can go ahead and take a very aggressive trade, very aggressive selling trade. Your target will straight up be 18,500 on the downside. Even if you open with a gap down, same thing, wait for the first 5-minute candles, the low of the first 5-minute candle to be broken. Once that low is broken, you you can then go ahead and take a short trade till 18,500 on the downside, right? Talking about Fin Nifty, which has its expiry tomorrow, if we open with a gap up, right, and cross 19,450, then you can go ahead and short all the puts and just hold them for the rest of the day, right? On the downside, 19,380 is very important, but but even if you open flat, right, I'm expecting the markets to move up, because the reason is that markets are really not moving very fast, right? So selling is always supposed to be very fast, but if you see, markets pretty much are, moving like a snail over here, right, on the selling side, and that is not really good for the sellers. So if you open flat and start moving up, you can look out for shorting 19,400 calls in the morning itself once we cross 19,425, and you can go aggressive once we go above 19,450 on the upside, right? Even if you open with a gap up, say somewhere near 19,460, 470, all these levels, same thing. Wait for the first 15-minute candle to be made. Once that 15-minute candle's high is broken, you can then go ahead and take a bullish trade. Then your targets become 19,500 and 580 on the upside, right? If 19,500 is a little too close, you can wait for a big target of 19,540 and then 19,580 on the upside, right? If we open with a gap down, same thing. Wait for the first 5-minute candle's low to be broken. Once that low is broken, if we see in the 1 hour chart, we have a support at 19,300. So we will aim for 19,300 on the downside, right? So yeah, guys, that was it for today. Markets are really indecisive, but I think the thing that we need to see is that the selling is not happening very fast, right? So even though people are trying to kind of interpret this as a, kind of a bearish market, I think the selling is not really happening very fast. So this could be a chance for catching a very good reversal. So if we open with a gap up, or even if we open flat, I think we could see a very good up move on the upside tomorrow, right? So yeah, guys, that was it for today, and thank you for watching till the end. I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye bye.